Hello Walking Dead fans, this is Solid Dave Snake bringing you the first video review on The Walking Dead Comic Series 2 action figures by McFarline Toys. And this first review is going to be on the Governor, Phillip Blake, his action figure. And if you're a fan of the TV show and don't read the comic books, you're probably wondering why this looks nothing like the Governor. And it's because the Governor in the comic book versus the Governor in the TV show look completely different. David Morrissey looks nothing like the Governor from the comic book. The Governor from the comic book actually looks like he comes from Hispanic origin. But if you are a fan of the comic book, then you're really excited over this character because it is an exact likeness to his comic book counterpart. And another bit of news that just came up today, actually, at this year's San Diego Comic-Con, they're going to have an exclusive The Governor and Riot gear for sale there. Just like last year's Hooded Michonne that was on sale at the San Diego 2012 Comic-Con. They're doing the same thing this year for the Governor. And whenever I got this, I was actually thinking of maybe getting an extra Riot Gear Glen to add the alternate head and arm on to make that custom Riot Gear Governor. But since they're making them, then I'll just try to get a hold of that, and was real excited to hear that. But without further ado, we'll get into this figure, and we'll actually go over his accessories first. And he comes with some nice ones. He comes with a little black handgun. And this is actually the same handgun that comes with Riot Gear Glen as well. Riot Gear Glen actually comes with two of these. But it's nice and slim, fits into his hand really, really well. His right hand. And from the comic book, I won't give any spoilers, but he comes with the butcher knife that he's famous for in the comic books, and if you've read them, you know what he uses this for. So it is a great accessory for him. Looks just like the butcher knife he used in the comics. It's a great accessory for the Governor. And he comes with Michonne's katana, which I won't give it away either, but if you've read the comics, you know what he uses this for at the end of the storyline, prison storyline. And he comes with the alternate arm and head, which just goes on his right arm. And I'll show this in the head on later, but real quick on this alternate head, it's nice that he comes with the eye patch, but also what I didn't know he was going to come with until I actually saw the figure is the missing ear. He's got the bandage in the place where his left ear should be. And of course, if you read the comics, you know how he lost his ear and eye patch. But I won't ruin it for you if you haven't. And now let's take a look at the actual figure himself, the Governor. And he is an exact likeness to how he first appears in the comic book. Got the long mustache and long hair down the back. His vest that he wears in both the comic book and the show. And comes with the belt with the gun holster on his right hip. And just some khakis and army boots. And the paint detail on here and sculpting detail is just really nice. Exact likeness. Looks like he popped straight off of the pages of The Walking Dead. And we'll go over his articulation. It says that he comes with 28 points of articulation, although I'll have to recount it. It doesn't seem like he comes with that many. I think I counted 24 when I went over them earlier. But, one thing about this figure, whenever you first buy it, because of the interchangeable heads, it'll feel real loose if you see how the ball is there. And you have to push it in pretty hard to get it pop all the way in and be functional without falling out. Just a little tip. But that's the first point of articulation, is head. And then at the shoulders, that's another complaint I have about this figure. It just happened. His hands fall off real easy. But he has a ball joint and hinge at the shoulders, both shoulders, and a ball joint and hinge at both elbows, which you can get a great range of movement from. And then, you saw his hand just fall off. He has a ball joint at the hand, and they both come off really easy. This one on this hand as well. And then at the waist, he has a twist. And at the hips, he's got this same weird ball joint that Rick has from the first series. And then at the knees, he has a ball joint and hinge, which you can get his leg pretty far back with. He's got a cut here at the ankle, so you can twist his foot. Right there at the top of the boot, so it's hidden well. And he has this new articulation at the foot, which has a hinge at the bottom and kind of an ankle pivot, which will pivot from side to side, if you can see. So I thought that was pretty neat. And now I'll let you take a look at how he looks with the alternate head and arm, and it's very simple to change them. You just pop off the arm, pop off the head, pop in the new arm, and then pop on the alternate head. And now you have the governor from the end of the prison story arc without being in riot gear. If I can get the sword in there, give you a little pose of how we look towards the end. And that is the first character off this Series 2 of the comic line McFarlane action figures, the Governor. And I highly recommend them. Only a couple complaints, like I said, with the hands popping off easy and the head a little bit wonky when you first get it. But besides that, it is a great Walking Dead action figure, and I highly recommend it, especially if you are a fan of the comic book. But thanks for watching, guys, and next up I will have the perfect zombie companion for the Governor, and it is Phillip Blake is who I will have up next, the Governor's daughter zombie. So stay tuned, guys.